All right. Turn down the music just a little bit so you can hear me. All right, there's a little bit of an echo, so maybe I'll turn down the music on here. Yeah, that's better. All right. Oh, well, howdy, folks. Welcome to the new and improved Wheelers Minis. And by that I mean I moved. Finally getting back into this after a very, very busy past month and a half. Glad to be back into it. Super excited. Going to be trying to make more content because it's important and it's something that I enjoy doing. So, before we get started, a few quick things to get out of the way. One, if you aren't already following the channel, please do. If you have the financial ability to, please consider subscribing. Don't forget that if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe once for free per month to a channel of your choosing. Would love it if that was me. Yeah. Today we're just kind of gonna get back into the swing of things. Nothing too crazy or intense. Just painting and doing things. So yeah. If there are any issues, please let me know. I'm going to be front and center, which is exciting. But yeah. Just making sure that the camera's working. I'm put my hand there just to make sure. Alright, that camera's working. It is going a little slow. Let's see if I can fix that. Alright, that's it. Cool. Hopefully it's working. I'll even get on my phone just to make sure. Alright, it looks like it's going pretty well. Maybe it's just slow on that thing. Cool. Alright. Well, we're going to dive into it. I got a bunch of stuff that I have to paint. One of which is actually finishing this Minotaur that we started forever ago that I just never finished. He's almost done. He definitely doesn't have a lot left on him. But I do want to make sure that he gets done, and he'll be up on the website, which will be exciting. Yeah. So we'll start work on him. Ew. Did a bunch of cleaning, took care of some stuff, got back into it, and am super excited. Alright, let's see. He's pretty much done on that. I don't think he needs too much else. And I did quite a bit on him before. I think the arm with the... even this was pretty much done. Except maybe the wood. Might add some texture to that, and then... I was doing some painting last night, so I still got some stuff left over from that, so maybe we'll work with that for now. Alright, his hand's like this, so actually this is going to be the most upward facing. And he's very pop art style, so I'm kind of going to stick with that for the rest of the model. But yeah, super excited to be back and doing this again. hiatus was for the move, and we have officially finished it, which is good. And finally breathe a little bit more, which is nice. And we have a dedicated workspace, both my wife and I. Super exciting. If I don't respond right away, it is mostly just because I'm focused on this right now. But I will do my best to respond to anyone who chats in kind. Give me a little bit of leeway as I kind of get back into the swing of things. Perfect. So right now what I'm doing is just lightly going over all of this leather and really just adding just minor highlights. Again, the whole thing was kind of pop arty, so it's got that kind of comic book style to it, where it's like really, really heavy contrast. Now what I'm doing is just going in and hitting small spots with small highlights, doing my best with my very shaky hands. Just to kind of brighten it up a little bit. Because everything else is, like I said, pretty much done on him. It was just, it's funny that I didn't get it done because it was almost done. And then his face will be the last bit that we do, but I want to get some. Good stuff. And good old brown. Really just bringing out that wood texture. On the bottom too, even though it's shaded. Because what I'll probably do is I'll go one up as well. I'm not going to focus too much on that one. But I'll go one up and just do a little bit more highlight as well. The Dryad Brown, I believe, is a Ruddy Brown, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So the next one up from that, I think, is her. Yeah, but hope everyone has been doing well. Been enjoying the last little dregs of summer.
enjoying life to its fullest. Beautiful. Alright. That. Now we can start working on his face. We'll grab a smaller brush for. That up with some titanium white. And then for the horns, I think I said I was going to do black, but honestly, I think it might be better if I got some metal bits I got to work on there. Did I hit up the... I think I did already hit them up, but just to be safe. Up some of these leather bits with an actual leather brown because it looks like they were hit up with Brigadine just to give it some more depth. Go in with a tiny brush and get some work done on that to get the small bits for the metal. But sorry, I was saying, yeah, working on the horns. I think I said I was going to do black, but I kind of want to get a dark brown in there too. Start with oak. Dark. Blackish brown. Yeah, that's looking good. Thing for down here. little bit of brown in there to really bring it out. And then let's see. Already got some good bits on that. I think I discussed that that was going to be yellow too. Just didn't get around to getting it done. Let's get some of that yellow. Also got myself some new brushes. Haven't used all of them yet, but or maybe it was Fiendish Yellow was the base. I think it was Fiendish. Yeah, that looks more like it. That part down for now. Most of the work needs to be done. Sweet. Where's the other? For this one, I used rough iron. That's what we're gonna go back to. Oh. This, I'm just going in and hitting up the kind of buckles at the end of these because they look like they are separate pieces that would probably match the metal. I'm going in and painting back over those, make sure they match the rest instead of look like they're leather, which I am pretty sure they're not. This. Big buckle here. There. Yep. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Right. sits, it'll just look like he's got a thing on. I think I have it brighter gold. Answer gold. Don't. Evil chrome, gemstone, green, ruby gold, bright gold. I think that's it for the bottom. Once I glue them together, we'll see what we can do. For now, I think I'm going to work on this. Start to... Alright. Tongue. And I think we'll pretty much be done with this guy. For tongue, I want like a deep reddish brown. Got this. Mix some. Warm red. Ooh, I do. Yellow. This. This. That. A bit of dark red tone in there. And take this. And this guy is on his way to being completed. Let him dry there for a second, and I will work on base. And I can move on to something else. Got a bunch of these texture paints. Use. Really excited about. And for these, what you'll do is just, if you have some leftover brushes that are just not as high quality or what have you. No, I don't want that. Oh, my last one's broke. But you can just use some lower quality brushes and things that you're not really too worried about getting mussed up. Like something like this that I probably had for a very long time. And you just take those brushes and just start to put that texture paste down. Hello. I was like, why are you calling me? I am too enthralled with what's going on right now. I'm always bad while I'm painting. How's it going, bud? How's fatherhood? They're also busy. Today's our kind of like creative day. They're working on a cosplay upstairs. Hell yeah. Good old little Evanora. I hope she's enjoying the weird beats that are going on right now. She's probably like, what the hell is this? I'm finishing up a Minotaur that I started painting before I took the hiatus before the move. So I'm finishing that up right now. He's pretty much done. I just gotta glue them all together. The house is awesome. Honestly, like, we are very happy with it. It's got a good space. Downstairs is for Honey and I's work, which has been really nice. Like, being able to have like an actual dedicated space for that has been amazing. I have my own little painting station down here, as you can see. And then behind me, obviously, is the computer and stuff. But it's been great. It has been a much needed move, and Honey's happy, and our roommate is happy, and our 16-year-old is happy. So honestly, it's going pretty good. Alright, that's that. Glue him on the base when we're done, and then he's pretty much completed. Make sure he dries properly. And see if I'm missing anything. But yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Literally, the D&D table is behind the grow tent. It's awesome. Had our first session here on Sunday. Actually, it's been like 2 months since we were able to play, and last time we played, we were in the apartment. So okay. I don't know if I want to focus on you right now. But yep. Yeah, it's only like 20 minutes away from where we were prior. It's not too far. This guy's got to go over here so I don't accidentally. Else I need you to stand up. All I'll do is just put some more right there. That should hold it. Yeah, it's been really nice. It's a really nice house. It's a nice neighborhood. We really don't have any complaints, which has been very nice. Yeah, once he's glued on there, I might look back at him again. But I think so far he's looking pretty good. Yeah, it's been a wild ride, but it's nice to finally, like, this is our first month where we can just breathe for a little bit. And that's been really, really nice. Because we haven't had a chance to just, like, sit for a while. Not really up to me, but I mean, it did just go last night, so hopefully that's good. Although it was a back day, so it wasn't exactly the same. Oh, goodness. Do I want to focus on you right now? I don't really have the dexterity at the moment to work on something that small. I don't really have anything to work on because I haven't printed anything out. Yeah, Honey and I have been going pretty much 3 times a week for the past while. Actually, I kind of like the coloring that I did. The rough iron is kind of what I was sticking with, so it ended up looking... He's got a really cool color scheme to him. But I don't think there's anything else I want to do, so he's gonna go back over here for now and hopefully not fall. That would suck. Yeah, if you were subscribed, you wouldn't get ad breaked. Sam. But I haven't been making that much content recently, so it's not really worth it at the moment. But I'm gonna start putting more effort into it, so I have another stream on Thursday, and I'm probably gonna print some stuff out. Just gotta figure out what I'm gonna paint now. Let's see. You know what? Screw it. I will work on her. I need her in a couple weeks anyways. Might as well do some work. Ah, sweet. Yeah, I'm trying to pick up doing this more again so people have something that they can subscribe to that's actually worth it. So back to the 2 a week schedule. And maybe doing some stuff in between, but I wasn't gonna do this lovely lady, but she needs to be done in 2 weeks, so might as well just at least get started with some stuff on her. I don't have a lot of dexterity right now because my fucking on edge. No reason, just can. Yeah, I was wondering when that 8 weeks was up. I'm glad that you were able to get that time, though. Really important. Doesn't surprise me that gynecological work gives you paternity leave. Green, that's green. Yeah. I'm sure you both have talked about it though, about like what the expectations are and where that all of it's gonna lie. So I think it'll be fine. It'll definitely be weird, but I think it'll be okay. Black. Because I'm lazy. Hey, nothing like making one of the biggest life choices and changes that you could ever make to help you really understand where you're at mentally going into, or I guess going back to work. It's a big thing. It's one of the reasons why Honey and I have had very, very, very long conversations about what our expectations are and what we would want to do if we ever did, and when and if, and just so many different conversations being had about just all of it. It's a big deal. A lot of people go into it without really knowing what it entails and end up making wrong decisions and things like that. But as our generation continues to kind of grow, we just kind of better understand what the expectations are and what's needed of us. So I appreciate that. Honey says so too, but and I mean, like I said, we've got our 16-year-old, but it's a big leap going from no kid to a now 17-year-old. I'm gonna need more work on me. I'm gonna do it now. More. Yeah, fucking for real. It takes a village. Not for them specifically, but just in general. I've never really understood the severity of that statement until you really have a kid and are taking care of them full time to really better understand exactly what you're getting yourself into. They aren't. They, when their mother ceased having the ability to have a place for them to live, they just kind of stopped going to school. So they are in no grade right now. which has been a thing on its own. They have talked about it though. They want to get their GEDs, so we're gonna put them in a place to make that more possible for them.
Yeah.
It's been a challenge for sure. It's been an adjustment, I think, is the biggest thing. It's not difficult, I think. Sometimes it gets conflated a little bit. It's not difficult to parent someone. I think it just is an adjustment that a lot of people don't have the time to make when they're in the moment, and that can be an issue. Um, I think that's the biggest thing that I've noticed is just it's been an adjustment. Yeah, I plan on getting them probably a book for it or something of the sort, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Yeah, well, that's kind of been the entirety of my life. Like getting thrown into the fire and being like, all right, figure out how not to burn. I've done that pretty much in every situation I've ever been in. Which definitely is beneficial in moments like these, but not, obviously, not normal. And it does help that they're a good kid. Because, man, if they weren't, this would be a hell of a lot harder. Had a lot of things come our way recently that we've just been like, nope, I have not been handling it well, and then honey, it will have their moments on it, but we work together and make it as manageable as possible. So yeah, I think about it. My dad just wrote a book, which was weird, but he has a lot of good stories that I think are worth telling. So not that mine aren't, just not at that point yet that I'm like, alright, it's time to write this stuff down. No worries. We'll be a dad. You know me, I'll be here probably for another hour. Yeah, about another hour.
Yeah, feel free. I've kind of always got my phone on me. I'm really bad about picking it up, but if a text is shot, I will respond. Later, boy. Alright, what am I gonna do with you? I'm gonna do nothing with you. I keep saying that. I keep looking at you. Like, oh no, I want to do something. Yeah, we'll see if I can get some stuff printed out for Thursday before I do that, or at least have a better game plan. Because I just started back up, so I wanted to do some work, like I said, and I knew that Minotaur was one thing I wanted to work on because he was almost done anyway, and now he is. So he'll get sprayed with the finish, and then he will be up on the website. Looks pretty good, honestly. I'm not upset with him. Starting to get pretty good at this after all of the commissions I've been doing recently, so trying to, like I said, just keep the practice up. I think that's the biggest thing that I've been on about recently, is just making sure that this thing that I'm passionate about, I'm continuing to do. I think what I'm going to do right now, though, is just kind of put some stuff back where it needs to go. Kind of clean up the space a little bit, because I think it's just getting a little too cluttered for me right now, and it's making me try and figure out what to do. So I'm just going to, over the next couple minutes, just kind of put paints back where they need to go. And hopefully decluttering will just give me some clarity on what I need to do next. Death metal, weapon bronze. He is just kind of a little flat, so maybe I'll do some edge highlighting. Dusty skull, bonus spikes. My dark blue tone. Put that there. And we've got oak brown. Angel green, which I believe is this one. Greedy gold. Here. Leather. There. Ruby skin. You go here. Brown. You go over here. Bright gold and true brass. Put the brass up too, but I'll keep the gold, but I'll keep the brass out so I can work with that if I need to. Gloss varnish. Not the sky. Not the sky right there. Oh wait, no, I want this one out so I remember, because this one's going to be the commission. Strap. Put that one back. Hands are a top. Vit. But not the one that I constantly use. Deep grey. And enchanted steel. Alright, there we go. That's a little bit better. That's for the commission that I'm doing. Put these back. Edge highlight with a tiny little brush. Ooh. It's very red. It's fine.
The metal was just looking a little flat. What I'm doing is I'm just taking the edge of the brush and kind of going along the edges here, highlighting with that, thus the term edge highlighting. To hopefully just bring some nice pop of color. Make it look just a little less flat. Maybe even it up these parts to kind of help with that idea too. This side actually looks pretty good with it because I think I did that. Same thing for the shield. Yeah, that's a little better. Nice. Nice coloration. And again, really just hitting the edges of the metal are gonna make things pop a little bit more. And like the tips and stuff like that. But I hit it with the rough iron first. That was my base color. And then hit it up with the weapon bronze. And that was my highlight color. And then if I wanted to go higher, I could do like true brass or something. But I don't. Alright. Oh, what's next? What should I work on? I've got that commission, but I want to make sure I'm focused on that and not on anything else when I'm doing it. So I'm not going to do that. I've got this orc, but he's a little too detailed for me right now. Let's see, maybe I will continue work on you and just move up. So I believe next one, that's a warm grey, is uniform grey. Up from deep grey. I've been finding that I've been enjoying using like thicker brushes recently, like size 2. It's probably because I've been watching just a bunch of videos, but they have, for me, they have a lot more stability, so I'm able to use them a little bit more. Water. Now. feel like a good smoke is deeper than that, though. Might need to...
Let's take a second and use the old computation device to look at painted smoke.
Actually, that is pretty good. This is light. Alright. I still want it to be a little bit darker, I think. Like, not like crazy dark, but I definitely want there to be some dark recesses on it. So what I'll probably do is take some Gravelord Gray. Very thick. And then down to more liquid consistency, and then just kind of go back over all of it. So what I'm essentially doing is glazing over the work I already did, but with a darker tone. And hopefully what this will do for me, what I want it to do, is just kind of just darken things up a little bit in a way that is more of kind of the color that I want to go for on the smoke. Because like it's not actually smoke, it's supposed to be like wind, but wind isn't something you can just see, unfortunately. So I kind of just have to eyeball this until it looks the way that I want it to. But so far it's kind of having the effect that I want, which is, again, just kind of darkening up this space. I think I was very just haphazard when I did this before with the whatever, I think it was like the white speed paint, so like Blinding Light or Holy White, one of the two. And I just don't think that it needed a haphazard hand. I think it needed more of a controlled hand in regards to making sure that certain aspects of it were left just a bit darker. That's what I'm doing right now. And luckily for wind like this, it doesn't have to be completely even.
And this isn't even something that I will most likely be selling, so it doesn't have to be perfect. But I like all of my, like, again, if you practice doing it right until you get it right, you're not going to learn how to do it. One of the only things I ever took away from my band director in high school was don't practice till you can get it right, practice till you don't get it wrong. I think that's really important. So right now I'm practicing painting a mini very well, and I've done it before, but I'd rather do it so much that I don't get it wrong. And I think that's an actually pretty good look for now on what I want it to go for. We'll see what happens when it dries, but I'll probably work on this a little bit more off camera or on Thursday. Let's see, what can we work on that would be fun. This guy has been on my list for a little bit of intriguing models. He definitely failed a little bit, so he's not perfect. Oh no. And I've got these pyromancers and storm. And a lot of ambition for painting small models, and now I kind of want to get back to painting big ones. But I think the thing about it is more along the lines of like wanting to make sure that you guys have a good reference for things to paint. I want to make sure that I'm painting things that look good for you guys. And I think I get worried sometimes that I'm not going to paint very well, when in reality that's not entirely the case at times. Like for this is the base. What I'm gonna do for this is actually just gonna put the whole thing in white. Because this is all fire, and it is its own light source. Luckily, since this is a bit more of a liquid, less viscous paint, certain parts of it will be brighter while others will still maintain that kind of dark aspect, which is perfect because that helps with kind of the texture of the flame itself. So when the time comes for me to paint this with, you know, yellows and oranges and reds and things, should actually have some texture to it in regards to the color. Right now I'm just kind of going over it with a titanium white.
to really just kind of bring in some brightness to the prime Zenithal that I did. But yeah. I think I have a lid that's... With this dark wood, I'm going to do a little bit of dark wood. I'm actually going to take some gray, mix it in with it. This is going to be fading tone for this wood. Supposed to be like a wind blasted wood, so I don't want it to be extremely brown. I want it to have some of that gray tone of, you know, being eroded over time with the passing of storms and such as that. So actually a really good base color for that, or a shadow color for that. Looks really good. And I'll let that dry with the smoke, and then I'll probably go back over the smoke with certain things. But she's got some color on her, which is good. I think I did frost blue and bright sapphire for her blues, and then she's one of the rosy skin tones, or maybe the warm skin tones. I don't know. But yeah, that's where we're at with her. And if you see the stuff coming on the screen, I have a humidifier, so that way the paints don't dry out as quickly, because that was something I was having an issue with for a very long time. So, alright, I got the commission piece, I got this, I got that, I got... You know, best way to get started on something is to just do it. I think Basilisk Red is cool. I definitely think I wish there was a darker red. I've got some resplendent right here, which is like the darkest warm red. I think what I'll do, because I definitely know that I want this to be red. So what I might do is get this, and then go over it with a speed paint or contrast, whichever line you use. But I know that I want this to be red. Do a couple of coats on this. Yeah, like I said at the beginning, I just we finally finished the move, so I wanted to get back into making content and streaming and painting and all of that fun stuff. That way, those of you who are following along and have supported my business have some more content from me.
Some nice red on there. Ideally, what I would like to do is this is something that I learned while watching a bunch of other miniature painters do some really cool effects, is if you water down white quite a bit and there are cracks and recesses that you would like to be glowy, basing them in this is very helpful for that, because then it means that you can go in and really give it a nice paint over with the color that you want to make it glow with, which for this, crazy enough, is going to be red. But also having that just little bit of extra around it will be good for like afterglow effects. So I want to make sure that there's a decent amount in there, so that way I can get in those little cracks and recesses. But yeah, little cool thing you pick up watching other people do incredible work. Okay, alright, so that guy's done. That guy's started. She's gonna need some work off screen. Yeah. I think I'm gonna cut it there for today. Good hour and 40 minutes, kind of getting back into things. Just giving me an opportunity to get some work done, which was very much needed. But I hope that you like the new setup. I hope everything was fine. I hope you were able to see me well. If not, I'm sorry. I will work on it. This is a new kind of setup, so just want to make sure that it's doing well. But that's going to do it for me today. This will be up on YouTube soon, that I can get it up and ready to go. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. I really, really appreciate it. It means the world to me. If you aren't already following the channel, please do follow me on all my socials, pretty much at Wheeler's Minis on almost everything. If you have the financial ability to, consider subscribing or go to my website and see what's on sale right now. That Minotaur is going to be up there probably later this week. But yeah, appreciate you guys so much. I'm super happy to be back. I will see you all on Thursday. But for now, I hope you have a great night, and I will see you soon. All right. Good night.